You could say we're living in a golden age of perfumery. Lucky us. However, this doesn't mean perfumes are getting any better, it just means there are considerably more golden bottles than there used to be. One shiny example of this golden age is Creed's Millesime Imperial, a favourite amongst Creed collectors due to a perfect execution of what I like to call the 3 S's: sexy, salty, citrus. And don't get me started on the watermelon. It's a sugary explosion of refreshing watermelon goodness, as depicted in this completely necessary slice of watermelon footage. A masterpiece of composition from master perfumer Olivia Creed. Perfume genius, in my opinion. Unfortunately, in recent years, complainers have complained it's not what it used to be. These complainers tend to lodge their complaints on popular fragrance complaints website Fragrantica. One such complainant is Nate8709, who complains longevity and sillage is absolutely horrible, and this stuff is basically water. Damning complaints indeed, although potentially a lifesaver when stuck in the desert with nothing but a bottle of Millesime Imperial. I hope Nate8709 is not a reviewer, because that means no more free bottles for naughty Nate. Someone needs to teach that guy how to shill. Unfortunately, we find ourselves in a triple P situation, and whenever this happens, Armaf slide in to solve the 3P problem. Due to the nature of this bright and invigorating sexy summery scent, I feel it only proper to continue this investigation in an appropriately sexy summery location, and also so I can claim my holiday as a business expense. Golden sunshine, golden sands, golden sunnies, and golden showers, the stuff that dream holidays are made of. Where better to compare the startlingly similar chemical compositions of these two very golden fragrances. By the end of this video, I'll be making startling revelations that will have you saying, "Thank you very much." Creed's Millesime Imperial and Armaf's Milestone smell almost 100% identical, but there are differences. One is obscenely expensive, the other is obscenely cheap. How can two so obscenely similar fragrances be so obscenely different in price? If you have suspicions, you'd be right to have a suspicious mind. In this documentary, I'll be asking questions like, is it okay to copy someone else's work and make money off it? And is it okay to make a fragrance worse, yet make it more expensive? And of course, the golden question, which is better? I wanted to find out just how strong Millesime Imperial used to be. I decided to start by going back on Fragrantica as far as I could, all the way to March 2009, where Jonathan says, "It smells wonderful." But sadly, a perfume is not only its scent. It must have a decent longevity and appropriate projection. And Imperial Millesime fails terribly on that. It projects a close sillage for about 20 minutes after a generous spray session. Then it lasts around 1 hour on my skin, which is disappointing for such an expensive bottle. Granted, this is 10 years after Millesime Imperial's release in 1995, but it got me to wondering, was it ever a good performing scent, even way back in 1995? Perhaps, over the years, online forums have helped invent and perpetuate the narrative that Millesime Imperial has been reformulated into a weaker state. These claims are not only reserved for this fragrance, others from Creed are also targeted. There seems to be a general feeling amongst the fragrance community that Creed are pushing up their prices whilst at the same time weakening their fragrances. This feeling seems mainly to focus on one of the most popular fragrances in the world, Creed's AVENTUS. AVENTUS seems to take most of the shots with regards to weakened performance. Has Millesime Imperial been unfairly caught in the crossfire? Is it really weaker than it once was? I wanted to find out why the fragrance may have changed. I think I found the answer, and it will shock you. The answer can perhaps be found in the ocean itself. As polar ice caps melt into the sea, it causes sea levels to rise, which will probably cause us all to drown. As the ice melts into the sea, it causes a dilution of the ocean, which reduces the salt content. With a less salty sea, Creed's sea salt harvesters are unable to extract as much salt to put into Millesime Imperial. With sea salt content reduced, all the other notes must also be reduced in order to keep the fragrance balanced. What we are left with is a weakened scent. Or perhaps Creed are simply creating a fragrance that accurately reflects the current state of the sea. As the sea is diluted, so too is the fragrance. Maybe Creed are making a statement about global warming. I think it's clear that Creed are not to blame here. It's global warming. How can we stop global warming? Simple. We wear less sexy hot fragrances, and soon global temperatures will fall. The problem is convincing the fragrance community to wear less sexy hot fragrances. Unfortunately, easier said than done, because for frag heads, it's compliments over climate. Some misguided fragrance obsessives will even deny that sexy hot fragrances have any effect on global warming. This is the world we now live in. A world where people will refuse to believe hard scientific fact. Popular filmmaker Captain Filmmaker's favourite fragrance of all time is Creed's Millesime Imperial. Let's hear what he thinks about the recent formulation and how it compares to Armaf's Milestone.
Please forgive me when I say what I'm about to say. You know that I love you, really. This is absolutely what Millesime Imperial used to be. This company's going to rip up, the entire fragrance industry. I think they're a threat to Creed. This is great!
Straight from the captain's mouth, and that guy knows a thing or two about sea salt. So what happens when a fragrance gets reformulated? Armaf has entered the chat. Pumped full of power, Armaf have transformed the 3 Ps into something completely different. Power, projection, and price. Milestone is a powerful, muscular scent. Projection is strong and widespread. Price is extremely unpricey. So it packs a punch, but how accurate is its punch? Let's once again gauge some public opinion. Waste of money. Incredibly weak fragrance that smells like a care home toilet air freshener. If you like the scent, you're much better off getting Club de Nuit Milestone, says Phil McCracken. With a surname like that, he must love eating semen. No wonder he loves this salty juice. It seems opinion is divided. Some say, I get a delicious watermelon opening. Others say, no watermelon here, just a hefty dose of horseradish. Whilst this person says, it smells like you're eating a fresh watermelon right on the shoreline. What conclusions can be drawn from this? Quite simply, some people have watermelon noses and some people have horseradish noses. Not everyone loves it. Not everyone hates it. The general consensus amongst Fragrantica complainers, though, is that the opening is bad, but the dry down is good. The opening is described as screechy, metallic, chemical, horseradish, a rusty cucumber. One factor that Fragrantica heads seem to agree on is the performance, most claiming it to be much stronger and longer lasting than Millesime Imperial. And that's where I stand. I'm happy to sacrifice the first half an hour of refinement for an overall stronger, longer lasting, more pumped up scent. And to be honest, I don't find the opening to be that bad at all. In fact, I quite enjoy it. But then I am a horseradish fan. So this is the story with Armaf. They fixed the performance, but is it at the cost of refinement? We've seen this before with Club de Nuit Sillage and Club de Nuit Intense Man. But if the refinement is only a small part of the fragrance's life, is it such a big deal? If after 20 to 30 minutes, the screechy, abrasive opening settles down and we're left with a faithful interpretation of a scent, but with more power that will last 8 hours plus, is that such a bad payoff? After all, what use is refined and smooth if you can't bloody smell it? And let's not forget, Milestone is a very affordable fragrance. The value proposition is extremely tempting. The ball is in your court. Out, absorb this information and decide whether you go for the elegant but potentially costly drop shot that is Millesime Imperial, or the powerful, less refined smash of Milestone that is certain to get the job done. Like many of you, when it comes to Creed, I feel I'm caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love Creed too much, baby.
Recalling the trend, I can't work out because I love you too much, baby.
With releases like this from Armaf, fragrances that offer us considerably more bang for our buck, does that trump brand loyalty? Have Creed done this to themselves? Can we trust them anymore? Or do we have our suspicions the value proposition isn't what it once was? Is copying still bad if the copy is better than the original? With this in mind, it begs the question, how can we go on together with suspicious minds?
We can go on together with suspicious minds, and we can build our dreams on suspicious minds. Oh, that I love survive under the tears from your eyes. That's a lot of good thing down, 'cause honey, no, I'll never. We can go on together with suspicious mind, and we can build our dreams on suspicious mind. We can go on together with suspicious mind, and we can build our dreams on suspicious mind.
Thank you very much.